everybody. It is that time again. It's time for the Dream Team. And for 2015 baseball, we've got it.
Yep. We have a great team, and what we decided to do with our Dream Team, just as we did with basketball, is we picked a roster with 2 players at every position. So you've got 2 first basemen, 2 shortstops, 6 outfielders, obviously,
right.
and a great pitching staff. And this is the best of the best in the Hudson Valley.
Love to see these guys on the field.
Oh, we said that with basketball. Man, I would really love to challenge somebody. So it'd be like the All-Star game with all Royals.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
All right, well, with no further ado, here they are, the Dream Team for 2015 in baseball, in no particular order.
The players of the Hudson Valley Sports Report Dream Team are, at first base, John Lazzetti, Sammy Ferranto. At second base, Jonathan Cepeda, Matt Kyle. At third base, Nick Simmons, Nick Titer. At shortstop, John Maradian, Justin Etz. In the outfield, LaShawn Thrasher, Tyler Myers, Antonio Pregana, Joe Asenza, Devin O'Connor, AJ Kulba. At catcher, Mark Weaver, Andrew Thrasher. And on the mound, Cal Lawrence, Vinny Valentino, Hunter Coulthard, Tim Zenbauer, Nick Mangelli, and Ryan Frost.
And there it is, your Hudson Valley Sports Report Dream Team for baseball for the spring of 2015. Pretty impressive.
Very impressive. I'd love to see what the slugging percentage. We should have done that.
We should have had slugging
percentage and figured out what their
ERA
as a whole team.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely.
And it would have dominated the area for sure.
Yeah, it's a great team, and like we've said a couple of times, Hudson Valley Sports Report covers 31 high schools, so it's a pretty deep team.
Yeah. Right.
And it was very hard to pick.
It was, try and make sure you include everybody, but you had to leave some people off, and rather though than do honorable mention and all that other stuff, I think this is pretty solid.
I think so too. I mean, to really get on the Dream Team from 31 high schools is a pretty good accomplishment.
It really is.
Yeah.
All right, so now we have the Player of the Year. We haven't gotten to that yet.
Yep. Well, we picked 3 final candidates, and here's the 3 candidates.
The nominees for the Hudson Valley Sports Report Dream Team Player of the Year are Will Grega, John Maradian, and Justin Etz. And the Hudson Valley Sports Report Dream Team Player of the Year is Will Grega.
So congratulations to Will Grega of Roosevelt High School, and Rich Tomaselli is with our Dream Team Player of the Year right now.
Thank you, Charlie. We are here with Will Grega, our Hudson Valley Sports Report Dream Team Baseball Player of the Year for 2015. Congrats.
Thank you very much.
All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about the season. Terrific season for Roosevelt. Probably ended a little prematurely in your mind with that extra inning game, but let's start there. That was a hell of a game for you, especially going, I believe you went all 9 innings, struck out 10, and Valley Central pushed across a run and won by 1. Talk a little bit about the season leading up to that.
I don't know. It's been that 11-game win streak we had going on. That was insane. I mean, this team's grew together as the season went on, and it was a hell of a season. I mean, I love these guys, and up to that game, I mean, that was, despite my performance, that was one of the best games I've ever played. Even with my friends and my brothers that I've been playing with all these years.
For anybody who doesn't know, Will not only pitched and was 5-1 with a 1.5 ERA, but he played the field all over the place, in the infield especially. Hit .403, knocked in 15 runs. You were kind of all over the place this year. A jack of all trades and a master of all of them. Coming into the season, was there any expectation of how you wanted to perform personally? I know the team had its own goals, especially after getting knocked out earlier last year. But how about you?
Well, last year, my pitching, I was 0-6 with a 1.7 ERA. I remember that. Our fielding wasn't great last year, but my performance this year, I think I played, obviously the stats show, a lot better than I did last year. I think last year I batted 2-something with 10 RBIs, 15 hits, something like that.
What'd you do in the offseason?
I don't know. I went out in the offseason with my dad a lot. I do it every year. At Haviland Middle School, we go out there and just take batting practice, ground balls, everything, throw bullpens. You just work all day.
Do you feel more comfortable coming into this season?
Oh yeah, especially I don't know what it was because it was mostly the same team from last year.
Right.
When I lost 3 or 4 guys, I don't know what it was, but I can tell we were a completely different team this year.
Did you change anything, even if it was just a mental approach at the plate?
Have fun, be relaxed.
Yeah.
That's what my dad always told me, just be relaxed, don't try and do too much because that's when everything will start to fall apart.
Speaking of which, did you feel like once your teammate Nick Rand got hurt his shoulder sliding back into first base on a pickoff attempt, although he was able to play for the rest of the year, he didn't pitch. Yeah. Did you feel like you had to shoulder a little bit more of the load, and did that change things for you at all?
Well, yeah, Nick Rand, that's a big spot to fill. And I also have another stud pitcher on the team, Isaiah Nugent, so he helped me carry it too, a lot of the load. It wasn't just me. He had a big part to do with the pitching. And yeah, but Nick Rand, that's a big loss on the mound. So it was a little bit to carry.
And as you look back on it, what are you going to take away from this season? Especially with the quantum leap you made from a junior year.
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of things that the amount of like how close together we grew together as a team. I think that's the biggest thing. How close we became from junior year to senior year, how much we changed, and how much we like picked ourselves up from the following year to have such a great year in our senior year. I think that was the best thing that we did this year.
That's our Player of the Year, Will Grugge.
The nominees for the 2015 Dream Team Pitcher of the Year are Tim Zenbauer, Hunter Coulthard, and Nick Mangelli. And the Hudson Valley Sports Report Dream Team Pitcher of the Year is Tim Zenbauer.
So not too much of a surprise, Tim Zenbauer of Royce Ketchum High School, the 2015 Hudson Valley Sports Report Dream Team Pitcher of the Year, and Rich Tomaselli is with him right now.
Well, thanks, CC. We are here with Tim Zenbauer, our Pitcher of the Year for the HVSR Dream Team Baseball 2015, and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about the season. Let's start with that 10-0, 0.43 ERA. Did you do anything different this year as opposed to last year when you led the team to the Final Four? Did you develop any new pitches? Did you tweak some?
Well, towards the end of the season last year, I started throwing a cutter, which I throw. It's like basically a fastball, but it just tails away at the end. I worked on that all summer. It definitely helped me get a lot of ground ball outs, tipped off the end of the bat. And I just kept pitching towards contact. I didn't strike out a lot of people last year. I struck out, I think, averaged like 1 per inning this year, which is not the same as some of the other power pitchers that we had in the Hudson Valley. But my defense played well behind me. Again, that's something Ketchum always has, is a strong defense. Halfway through the year, when we were struggling a little bit, Coach Mealy said that he's going to put out the strongest defensive team that we can, and it paid off from there on out.
Coach Mealy said that, and it wasn't, it was more complimentary, and that's going to sound like it is, but he said you're not a power pitcher. So you pitch to spots, you pitch to contact. How is that different from a power pitcher?
Well, power pitchers, the harder you throw, they usually work up and down, and control pitchers usually work in and out.
Side to side.
Yeah. So I will hit spots with like my curveball, and I'll pitch behind batters. Like in a fastball count, I'll throw a curveball. And power pitchers like Dylan Deanna, we have a power pitcher on our team who's also going to Siena with me. He topped out at like 89, 88 this year, and he would work up and down in the zone, get batters to chase high out of the zone. Whereas opposed, I would work inside and outside, try and jam batters. So
we were joking around before we actually started recording here that you didn't even make All-Stars when you were younger in Little League. But you realized that baseball is what you wanted to stay with and pursue. As you kind of progressed through the rest of grade school on into high school, who was a big influence on you, especially like developing a cutter and kind of enhancing your repertoire?
Well, definitely my dad. He was my coach up until I was 13. He taught me how to throw a changeup when I was younger as opposed to throwing a curveball. but I eventually learned a curveball anyway from going to watch his games, and his teammates taught me. So definitely my dad helped me a lot. He was a good baseball player. He played up until he was like 50. So I would go watch his games all the time and hang around with the baseball team that he was on, and I just learned a lot about the game from them. And Coach Pano actually taught me how to throw a cutter, kind of, because when he was in high school, he threw a knuckleball, but I needed to develop another pitch because my sophomore year, Fox Lane we lost to them, but they were sitting on the curveball the whole time, so I had to develop another pitch.
That's unusual. Teams usually sit on a fastball, so it's funny that they're sitting on a curveball. Has Sienna said anything to you about further developing yet another pitch, a fourth pitch maybe?
Well, I do throw four. I throw the...
You throw the change, the cutter, the fastball, and the curve?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they just want me to refine my pitches. Just there's always room for improvement with all the pitches.
All right. And this won't be unfamiliar territory for you up there. You've got a lot of people that you know, not only from your own high school. Jordan Bishop is up there, and you've got a few kids from Arlington, so you'll be comfortable up there.
Yeah, I definitely know some of the guys. It's going to be a little bit of a rivalry with Dan Lowndes up there. Last year, he had 2 home runs against me in the sectional championship and that sectional semifinal. So I'm sure I'll be hearing about that a little bit. But we did still win. So.
And coming into this year, did you feel like there was any extra pressure or expectation because of what happened last year?
Well, I mean, our team definitely knew what we could do. We had a couple of key guys back. We lost a lot of our hitting. And Jacob Morgenstern left, who just committed to Duke. So he was a big loss too. He was our leadoff hitter. But I mean, our coaches are great coaches. They put pressure on us to win every year, and it works. As you can see, Millie got his 300th win this year. And me and Dylan, we really just, in the offseason, worked hard together. And we tried to push our team as hard as we could. And we would go down to Florida every year, which is a great trip. It definitely gets a lot of team bonding in, and it helps us so we don't have a slow start at the beginning of the year because we're playing 10 games down there in the beginning of the season anyway. But yeah, and the guys from last year were great. They kept in contact, asked us a lot of questions about how the year was going, and pushed us a little bit.
That's our pitcher of the year, Tim Zenbauer at Ketchum. Congrats again. Appreciate you coming in.